Hello, YouTube family. We are
Finally Free Alaska Homestead.
And I'm Richard. I'm 49 years old.
I'm Letitia. I'm 43.
I'm Kira. I'm 10.
And this is Bo. He's 3.
Yeah. So we just wanted to take this time to make an introductory video for our channel. We've been wanting to make a YouTube channel for coming out to Alaska so that our friends and our family can keep up with our adventure, and hopefully we can meet new friends like you along the way and enjoy this journey together. Maybe you might be able to learn a little bit from us, and hopefully we can learn a little or a lot from you.
It is December 29th. It is negative 24 degrees out. It is very cold. Our truck would not start. Yeah. We are currently in Willow, Alaska. We've been here since the 17th. That's when we got into Anchorage.
Yeah. We're renting a cabin because we haven't been able to get out to our place yet. We was hoping to be outdoors by the 20th, and now it's looking like it's going to be Wednesday before we get out. The rivers wasn't freezing. They had to get the trails cut in. Finally did, but now we have some things, appointments and stuff that we've got to take care of in town, so we're not leaving out till Wednesday.
And our cabin is extremely remote, so
Yes.
It is fly-in or snow machine only.
Yes.
It is completely off any road system. The road system is the river.
Yeah.
That is our only means of transportation.
It is an area of 455 square miles with a population of 30.
It'll be 32 people
32
when we get out there.
When we get out there.
It was 29 before we came.
So it is extremely remote. So we just tell a little bit about ourselves.
A little background.
Yep.
We've been married almost 12 years. Kira is our biological child together. We are a blended family. We have 7 total. I came in with 3 daughters and a son.
And I came in with 2 sons.
And now we've got 3 grandchildren, 2 little boys and a little girl.
I grew up in a small country town in South Carolina.
Youngest of 11.
Yep, youngest of 11. Born and raised there. Graduated high school. My family was all construction background, so I was raised building stuff here and there, going to work with my dad on the weekends at the construction sites, and building stuff on the homestead. We had our 4 acres of garden. We had our 275 fruit tree orchard, and our chickens and our geese and ducks and all of that. It wasn't really a homestead per se, but I mean,
it was a normal South Carolina home.
Yeah.
Everybody has chickens.
But yeah, we just enjoyed life and did our everyday thing. Then I joined the military when I was 18, went in the Army. I did 5 years, got out, went back to my hometown, and from there I've done everything from running tower cranes to owning my own construction company to owning 3 restaurants.
One that we opened together when we were pregnant with her.
Yep. After we got married, we opened our own, just a little mom and pop family restaurant in our hometown. What else?
The only thing he has not done and cannot do is give birth, and that is not an exaggeration. And he's tried. He's had kidney stones a few times.
I thought I could possibly do it just to show her up and prove her wrong, and then I had kidney stones actually just this week.
Yep.
And decided I'm not going to try to give birth. So
he's not cool enough to hang with the women.
Well, what about you?
I grew up in Michigan and Florida. I was born in Michigan in a very small northern town. We made our way, did half and half of my childhood in Michigan and Florida, and then when I was 16, I moved to South Carolina, and that's where all of my children were born and raised. I did not grow up in a farm family, or Michigan was definitely a different lifestyle than anything we had encountered. We lived very remote there. We lost power a lot from all the snow, but it was still nothing compared to the lifestyle of our marriage. It has definitely been an adventure. He has kept me on my toes. He has broken me of all of my
Well, when we met,
northern ways.
I knew she was a Yankee City girl.
Yes.
And
The North and the South collided, and I lost. The South won, y'all.
Yes.
It won. It defeated the North like you've never seen before.
Yeah.
I met my match.
I went military style, broke her down to completely nothing, and rebuilt her with the essentials that she needed for off-grid living.
He did.
We moved up, when we left South Carolina, we moved up to North Carolina into a 16-foot camper that I built an addition on.
It wasn't 16 foot.
I mean,
that
a
was
30.
that was the addition.
A 36-foot camper, sorry. And with
9 of us. 9, and we had teenagers. And
Yes.
when he first introduced me to the word, and now this is a dirty word for a lot of people, but I'm gonna warn y'all, composting, okay? It is a real thing. People do it. And I thought he was crazy. I was like, you want me to do what and a what? Because that's never going to happen. And it did. And we enjoyed it. Our kids survived. We had no power, no running water. It was the only way that we could afford to build and live on the land that we were building on. We could not afford to live separately.
We ran everything by generator at that point until we got our tiny house built, and then it was full solar, spring-fed water. You know, we had our gardens, we had our animals, our chickens and ducks.
And it was beautiful. It had stream in the backyard with little waterfalls.
Creeks running through.
Beautiful.
A couple of ponds built out there. It was nice. We took year by year and slowly grew more self-sufficient and learning the lifestyle.
I cried a lot.
She did. She did.
I did.
I had to
a
send her
lot.
on vacation twice that I know of while I stayed home and done stuff.
We left a beautiful, huge 7-bedroom farmhouse. I mean, that was just the bedrooms. I wasn't including all the extra rooms.
Yes.
And we did that and moved into a 36-foot camper with all of us, with no power and no water. It was definitely a shock to the system. So I did. I cried a lot. I cried the whole first year. I'm not even going to lie. It was a lot of crying. It definitely has prepared us for where we are now and for what the last 10 years have been building up to being able to move to Alaska. But being that we were a blended family, we stayed in North Carolina until our children were of age, so that they could decide for themselves at that point. You know, when they were younger, they wanted to join us on this journey. All but one. Mia never.
Yeah.
She never inspired to move to Alaska. But as they got older, you know, they decided that this was not the journey that they wanted to take. So we stayed behind to make sure that we got them all grown.
But this one here, literally,
She has Alaska in her blood.
yes. I mean, she would cry almost daily. Daddy, can we just move to Alaska today? Can you please just quit your job and let's go? I mean, since she was like 3-4 years old. And
I just wanted to move to Alaska because I like to hunt, fish.
Yep. And we're going to be right there with our own lake, and we're going to be doing some ice fishing as soon as we get out there, ain't we?
And she's going to go scuba diving.
Yeah, I don't think she ever get in the water.
There's pike in our lake, so probably not. Little piranhas. I think I'll keep my toes and my fingers.
I'm going to put her in her jammies and slide her across the ice until she freezes to death.
So when we bought our property in North Carolina, we knew that it was not our forever home. We knew that it was an investment. So when we did that, it was always with the understanding that we were going to that we were going to create a home for somebody else that we were not going to live in full time. So that was always kind of hard. Every advancement that we would make, we were like, oh, this is great, but we don't get to enjoy it. This is for somebody else. So since we've been married, we've never had a forever home. So this is literally, and we've not even been to it yet. We've not even seen our cabin yet in person. The gentleman that we bought it from flew out there, and he did a bunch of videos with us, video calls, so that we could see the property, we could see the cabin. We know that it's legit. It's standing as of July. I guess it was July.
Equipment and all there. I mean, he showed us everything running. He even took the tractor and bush hogged the property, and walked the property and showed us the outbuildings and everything, so that we could see that it is.
So we have not even seen our forever home yet. This is the first time in our marriage that we have a home that we are not building or putting together for somebody else to enjoy. This is for our family. I can't
wait to get out there. Well.
And we moved from North Carolina about 15 months ago to Colorado for a job opportunity.
Yeah, I was working in North Carolina as a superintendent building custom homes. And, hey, Marks.
Great company.
Yeah, amazing. But I got a job offer to go back into a tower crane, and I could make a good bit more money coming out west. About $10 more an hour. So we took that opportunity.
It was a good stepping stone to move away from the kids and the grandkids.
We could get out of the house too and put it up for sale and just be easier to sell, and like she said, get her away from the grandkids and halfway to Alaska, and so that she could still communicate with them, see them occasionally, FaceTime daily. And that helped a lot.
We have been back several times in that 15 months to see them, and that's wonderful because they're just so precious. We love them so much.
But yeah, I got that job offer as tower crane, so we went out there and we stayed for 15 months of
Denver
miserable.
Is not the place for us, but we met some amazing people while we were there, and it was a blessing nonetheless. We are extremely grateful for our time there and for the people that we got to meet, and for that transition from moving away from being so close to our kids and grandkids. So it was definitely good for us.
Yeah, it was a blessing. It's just not a good environment, Denver itself and the surrounding areas. So in June of 2023, our house sold. And so then at that point we really started digging in, and we was like, okay, let's look at property, let's go ahead and buy, let's lock in something, get out of here. And every time I would find something that I really liked, she didn't like it. She would find something she liked, I didn't like it.
And we're normally very in sync on all of this stuff. It's very rare that we come across something where we are completely opposing, and either we found something that we liked and it was gone within days, and we didn't even get an opportunity to inquire on it. Things out here do not last for very long.
So we looked at everything online and couldn't find anything. So finally I put a post on a group here in Alaska, and within minutes had a guy reach out to me about a property that wasn't even for sale.
And we closed on it a few weeks later. Sight unseen.
2.5 weeks later, it was ours.
And he's been great to work with. We went through a really good company here. And right now we're just in Lingo. We are sitting in a cabin that we're renting in Willow, just waiting for waiting for next week so that we can get out to our cabin. And we will definitely take you guys along for that journey with us.
And the freighting. We've hired a local guy here that is going to freight all of our stuff.
We have a 26-foot enclosed trailer slap full.
And a 20-foot Connex.
And
a ton of unnecessary stuff.
Listen, I'm not going out to live in something ugly and not comfortable, okay, y'all? I've got my standards.
Everybody told us, sell everything, accumulate what you want over the years.
We accumulated everything.
No. she accumulated everything that she wanted and said, well, we will just bring it all in one shop so we don't have to. So
we have 20 years worth of accumulation sitting just a couple of yards away, waiting to be freighted out by snow machine on the river on the freight sleds.
And when we go, we want to take y'all along for that first ride and the first time seeing the cabin. Because apparently there's a ton of snow out there right now. We've
7 foot?
No,
not 7 foot.
We were told there was around 70 inches of
70
snow
inches, okay.
out there. So we will see how accurate that is.
And our firewood is under the front porch, and it's buried.
Yes.
So when we do get out there, and it's about a 6-hour snow machine ride from where we are.
Somewhere in there, we've been told different
depending on how
times
fast
and stuff.
how fast
but
we're going.
We're looking at somewhere between 4 and 6 hours. So this is going to be interesting for the first trip out, ain't it, baby?
Yep.
She's looking forward to it. And
she is.
we've
Poor little Bo. He's trying to understand how cold everything is outside, and we got him some little booties. We've been on the snow machines. We got them dug out. We got them stuck.
Yeah.
That's been a fun adventure. So we have definitely had some hurdles since we've been here in the last week and a half. But it's beautiful. Alaska is breathtaking. It is absolutely just amazing. We have not seen Northern Lights yet, which I'm really looking forward to that. But Alaska is just a different. It's completely different than anything we've experienced. We've done homesteading. We've lived off grid, but
with 4 seasons.
Yes.
4 full seasons.
But this is living. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been surviving for 49 and for 43 years and raising the rest of our children. Like, we have survived that. He has worked full time, 60, 70 hours a week.
Which is where the name Finally Free Alaska
we are
Homestead
finally free.
comes in. Because we've been waiting for this. No longer have to work.
Yep, he's
We're
retired.
going to get out there and we're going to enjoy life.
As we were intended to. You know, we've been experiencing learning how to grow things and live more off the land, the herbs, the natural remedies. Like, we've spent years building up to this, and I'm sure we know absolutely the smallest amount possible for making a jump like this, but this is living.
I've spent 10 years researching, and I can tell you, as much as you can research, I've done it. That does not make me at all close to being a professional.
Because he's the one that got stuck. Not me, just saying. I'm not pointing any fingers.
Yeah. Well, but anyhow, we. What was I saying?
That you don't know nearly as much as you should.
Yeah.
Even after 10 years of researching.
I mean, the people that we met here have been amazing, and they have given me a lot of insight and a lot of suggestions, which I will fully take and put into play. Out here, if you don't know and you don't listen, you die.
Yes.
It's easy to do. So
we did have an encounter with a moose mama and her baby.
Yeah.
Cute videos. I will upload those. Richard had a fun mating call for the moose mom from the window of the car.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious. We died laughing.
Yeah.
So we are just ready to start this adventure. So come along with us and enjoy the laughter. I'm sure I'm going to cry some more. I have no doubt there will be more tears.
I'll make sure to get that on video. But now let's talk a little bit about our goals. We are planning, like I said, we're planning on being self-sufficient, doing our garden, which is going to be a nightmare at first because we're going to get out there with all the snow on the ground. There's no greenhouse yet. We don't have, there's outbuildings, but I have a shelter logic that we're going to put up.
And this was a full-time homestead for the gentleman who built our cabin. He lived in it for 20 years.
Well, I don't know how long he was there.
Oh, well, he built it 20 years ago. He did live in it full-time. He did, grow out there. So we do know that it has been a full-time homestead before.
But there's no greenhouse. I have a greenhouse a starter one that we purchased. But during this winter, when we first get out there, I have to get out there with a snowblower, remove all snow, try to get it set up, try to get the shelter set up. I've got tons of structures that I'm going to build. We've purchased a sawmill, so I'm going to have my sawmill building. We're going to plan on building a barn. Our
Chicken coop.
yeah, chicken coop.
Chickens will be a quick priority for us so that we've got some
Chickens in the garden
fresh butt nuggets.
and the orchard. That'd be priorities. Get those going and established. Can't eat without them, so we. What else?
I'm a moose eater.
Yeah, she's ready to go moose hunting.
She is definitely ready to eat a moose.
She can't wait. That, and
Fishing.
she wants to catch her first salmon here. And
Yep. Our goal is to not die. Realistically, that's our goal, is to not die.
She's
to
a drama
to not
queen.
kill anybody, to not kill each other. This is the first time in our marriage that, Richard's not worked full time. So it is an interesting dynamic change. Just even in the
Yes.
last 2 weeks that he's not been working, the dynamics are completely different than they have been for our entire marriage.
let me tell you, she's driving me crazy every day, talking about how much longer we get to spend together, and just how much she enjoys me so much.
Yes.
That's all I hear. It's
He's going to be doing a lot of building stuff outside. A lot of honey-do list. His honey-do list is so much bigger than any other husband's out there.
I make my own honey-do list because I'm gonna stay busy.
So number one goal is to not die.
So a
not kill
lot
each
of
other.
videos to come. Now we do want to let everyone know that this channel is 100% family friendly.
Yes.
I mean, you can place your kids down in front of it and let them watch it with no worries. We do not use profanity. We do not use
We do have a terrible sense
vulgar.
of humor, though. So you'll have to excuse all the
some of
the
us
rotten
does.
jokes. But yes, we are family friendly. We are kid friendly. We want our grandchildren, who are only 4 and 1 and a newborn, to be able to sit down and watch us and not have to worry about anything that's inappropriate for children.
And she likes watching videos like this. And there's been several YouTubers that I thought the channel was like that, and next thing you know, they're cussing here and there throughout, and we try to keep that to a minimum around her. Don't want that influence. So just know this is a family-friendly channel.
And hopefully we'll get out on the snow machines this weekend, and we'll get some footage of doing that and where we are, and just follow us. See how long we live.
Yeah. Like they say, hit that like and subscribe button so you can follow us. Keep up with our journey, because I'm telling you, it is. If it is anything like it's been the last 10 years of our marriage, then you will definitely think it is the most hilarious thing.
Or you'll cry too. One of the two.
I've had people tell me that we should write a book just from our past, because it would be a bestseller. So join along and we can see what happens.
Now, what's about our life?
Do what?
So we are finally free in Alaska.
What's about that life?
Goodbye.
Adios.